Eric Zhu is a 15-year-old that's raised $20 million, had 2 successful exits, and has a new tech company called Aviato. I recently had him on the podcast to figure out if it was all legit, and this is basically what I learned. During COVID, he started to learn how to program, and as he was doing that, he started getting into these hackathons, some with Elon Musk's kids. He would join them and find these people through Discord. He was also working with a few startups back during COVID. He was 13 years old. He was a product manager at a company called eSocial when he was 13. Then he was working for a credit card company called Carbon Zero Financial, which exited in 2021. He was a board member and co-founder of Academia Edge at 14 years old, which taught kids how to code in much cheaper and much more affordable ways. Now he's a GP, general partner in Bachmanity Fund, which is investing in space companies and other really cool companies. Again, he's doing this at 15, raising $20 million. And now he's got his new company, which he's a co-founder of, called Aviato. And it's an ultimate search engine for startups backed by the founder of GitHub and the owners of the Sacramento Kings NBA team. And lots of venture capitalists are now joining his platform to find deals and get deal flow. He's also become super popular on Twitter and LinkedIn for what he calls shitposting, and quite literally it is. He does his meetings and takes his VC meetings from the bathroom of his high school. He's still a sophomore in high school and he still goes to school. I asked him about it. Why are you still in school?
That's because my mom's Asian, so.
Oh.
Simple answer. But I don't know. It's been interesting. I guess. I mean, doesn't hurt to go to college for 1 or 2 days and then drop out. But I guess I've been able to over-optimize school. So
the thing that surprised me so much about this is, well, you'd think that he wouldn't have the time to be well-read as a 15-year-old 2-exit $20 million raised founder at the age of 15, still being a sophomore in high school as a student, but he is. And it was very impressive. And a lot of people, you might ask, okay, well, who are his parents, right? Because he's got to be getting, access or have a leg up in that category. But from talking to him, they're both first-generation Americans, and they don't understand what he does. So I don't think that's the case. I think the real point here is that any 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old actually has greater access to people than they think. And Eric, with a couple hacks that he talked about in the podcast, is a really good example of this. Something that he did during COVID was he realized that a lot of big name tech entrepreneurs and VCs have the same Calendly username as they did their Twitter username. So he would self-schedule meetings on their calendars using those usernames. Oftentimes they would accept and show up. And that's how he was able to get access to a lot of these people, he tells. And just becoming popular on social and building that brand has given him a lot of leverage to get in the door. And who doesn't want to see what this 15-year-old venture capitalist raising $20 million, has 2 exits, started his 3rd company, is up to. You should definitely check out the full podcast that I did with him. I'm rooting for him to be very successful, although I have no doubt that he will be. That is the story, from my understanding, of the 15-year-old 2-exit founder, venture capitalist extraordinaire, Eric Zhu.